We're talking now to Ella Navrot from Connacht Distillery. Hi Ella, thank you for being with us. Could you just tell us something about you and your position in the distillery?
My name is Ella. I work for the Connacht Whiskey Distillery. I'm a sales executive. So I came to Germany today to introduce our whiskey to the market.
Right. So where's the Connacht Distillery located?
Connacht Whiskey Distillery is based in Ballina, County Mayo. We are in the west part of Ireland.
Right, right. And since when is it existing? When was it built?
And the distillery opened to production in 2016, and we are now in the third year of our producing and maturation of the whiskies.
You don't have your own whiskey right now. You have some spirit in your warehouses, but you don't have full matured whiskey right now, right?
No, not yet. So we patiently waiting. The 2019 is our year, so we will have our first Connacht whiskey out in probably about late 2019.
That's great. So, but you're already selling some expressions under your name?
We do. We have a quite range of spirits. We have a quite wide portfolio. So not only we have our sourced whiskies, we also have vodka, porcine and gin in our portfolio.
So porcine is the white spirits, the new make from
it's
your distillery.
Our new make, yes.
You told me that you're doing as well twice, distilling twice and triple distillation?
Yeah, it's double and triple distilled.
Okay.
Now we would like to introduce to the market two expressions because they're two different types of whiskies.
Right. So which expressions do you have with you here in Mulheim?
In Mulheim we brought our three whiskies. So we have our single grain port finish, 4-year-old whiskey. We also have 10-year-old single malt at cask strength at 57.5%, spade and bottle. And we also have our quite experimental whiskey because of our founders of our distillery, and there is a connection between Irish and American. We do have a brothership which is Irish-American blend.
So this is a blend of an Irish and American whiskey?
Yes.
And the American whiskey isn't just a bourbon, it's a little bit different, isn't it?
It is light American whiskey. It comes from Pennsylvania. We experimented with our Irish single malt, so the both 10-year-old whiskey are blended at a ratio of 52% of Irish whiskey and 48% of American, which gives quite nice, unique, complex flavor of the whiskey.
So how would you describe the flavor of this whiskey?
Brothership has a quite sweet flavor, sweet palate, and there's a lot of butterscotch, there's a bit of vanilla into it, has quite complicated American side of it, and quite nice and sweet Irish finish. So it actually two sides complement each other very well.
Is it a limited edition?
It is, in a way. Irish single malt is quite limited itself, so we do have the brothership at the moment is a 10-year-old, but we're looking at on a different blends in the future.
Let's go back to the Ballyhoo.
Yes.
Which is a blended Irish whiskey.
This is a single. This is the single grain whiskey.
Okay.
It's 4-year-old. What we did with our Ballyhoo, we finished in a port cask. So we kept in a port for about 12 weeks,
right.
And that gives a bit of sweetness into the tingly finish of the grain.
Is it a strong port influence or is it a rather light?
I think it's quite balanced finish. You don't want to overwhelm whiskey to lose the flavors of the Irish grain. So you want to just add a nice sweet finish, and that's what actually we think it's a nice complementary finish.
Okay, and the last one we talk about is the 10-year-old Irish whiskey.
Yes.
That's called.
Spade and bottle.
Okay.
So spade and bottle is also limited edition. It comes in a nice 350 ml bottle. It is at 57.5% ABV, so it's quite strong. What saying this, it's quite mellow on the nose, and it's lovely finish. There's a lot of fruits going through it. It has a nice peaty finish. with I would describe like a bit of dark chocolate note by the end.
And what about the name? Where does the name come from?
Spade and Bottle,
Yeah.
they're actually quite unique to Ireland. So if you go to the west of Ireland, where there's quite a lot of peat collections and peat fields, you find each house, and many years ago had a spade and bottle, which was the tool which they use for collecting the peat.
So Ella, thank you for your time and for the interview.
Thank you
have
very
a nice
much.
day here in Mulheim.
Lovely, thank you so much.